The story goes like this. A man has a good life. It's clear. He has enough money. He has a career where he's respected by people he cares about. He has developed skills so he can collaborate at a fairly high level with people who are at the top of their game. He has a family comprised of 2 loving ex-wives and a healthy, thriving teenage daughter who have put together a 21st century version of family. And he has creativity in his life. That's me if you haven't figured it out. I sang in a choir of men. I draw, I paint, and I write. And people apparently enjoy my writing. So what do? I mess this all up. I say this is not enough. I don't want a balanced life. I want a remarkable life. And so I purposefully throw this all out of balance. And for me, a remarkable life is as simple as this. I want to show people what I've learned about making a good life and see if I can get them to help other people make great lives. Because it's worth it. And there are some things out there that are fairly simple to do, but require some effort. So I also want to be a role model as best I can. So I made a plan. And I call this plan David Delp's Year to Stop Sucking and Kick Ass. And if you've watched the videos or listened to my blog, you understand that the process is fairly simple. I located everything I could that I didn't necessarily have to do if I want a remarkable life. And I decided I'm not going to sweat those things. I looked at the things that are really getting in my way of having a remarkable life. And I spent some energy stopping sucking at those things. And then there were a bunch of things that I just stopped doing. Why? Because it's about time and attention. I wanted to kick ass at one thing. Because before I die, I want to make my living doing something I really believe in. And for me, that means helping other people do something big that really matters. And I have a way of doing that through design. So this year, past year, I was going to design 10 valuable attention management tools. That was the thing I was going to kick ass at. Now I've designed a bunch of them 80% of the way there. I wanted to finish 10 of them. I had 3 other little goals. I have the map here that I made last year. You can see the top one, finish 10 valuable attention management tools. As a connector, I wanted to get very good at being a connector. I wanted to connect to 10,000 new readers. As a stoker, taking care of my health, I wanted to exercise every day. And as a singer, I wanted to sing through my bridge with clarity and ease. How many times have you met somebody who says, if only I do this, things will get better? Well, you have met somebody who actually did it. I'm not saying things got better. I'm going to leave that for you to judge. I'm not even going to say that I kicked ass, because I don't know for sure. But what I did do is I did what I said I was going to do. I did the thing that people tend to put off when they say, if only I would do this, things will get better. So I'm going to tell you the story of what happened in the last year. I'm going to tell you the things that I did get done. I didn't accomplish everything. And I'm going to tell you seven of the multitude of things that I learned about doing that. And they're surprising. And then I think I'm going to sing to you. All right, let's talk about the story. I'm going to walk you through how I see these things. You have from July, I did it in quarters, October, January, April, and this July. So this is the year. I want to talk about balance too, what that means. So for me, that means that all of my different energy and attention is well spread out among these 5 different areas. There's the fire of our vitality, so it's symbolized by fire. There's money, which is the energy we exchange between each other. There's love, and for me, most of that energy was spent on making my home, which my daughter and I just moved to, ready for us to live in. And finally, the blue one on top is symbolized by a pyramid because it's creativity. So it's what we're making in the world. It's also a nice symbol for the top of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. The thing at the bottom is the energy that is unique to my way of thinking. It's the pilot fire. And pilot fire, as you know, is the energy you put into steering your life. During my plan, as I mentioned, I had set 4 goals. One big one, which included 10 small ones, the attention management tools. And then there was the singing goal that I had, and then there was connecting to 10,000 people, and then there was exercising every day, keep my vitality burning. So I thought if I just keep my vitality going, if I trim back on my money-making commitments, had some savings, and if I trim back on all the unnecessary social events and that weren't contributing to my big, giant goal of making a living, I could spend all this time being creative and working just on developing those tools. Of course, and it's not that interesting. Everything took a lot longer, especially improving the home. So that's why you see a big thing of red right here. And that really cut back on the amount of time I had to create. I also hadn't mapped in how much time it takes me to actually write these blog posts. 2 a week. But when I did finally cut everything off, I set one big goal. I thought, let's at least, right off the bat, try to do the thing I think is the coolest thing, which is to develop software. Software I call Big Really, and it is a way to set a goal and get help with them. So being a user interface designer, I did all the design work, and then I put it out for bid, and I got a very, very stark realization. If you see, I pulled the bow back, I took a shot at the target, and I missed. Why? The realization was how much money it would cost to have this produced. So I put that goal on side, and I realized I gotta make money doing this. So I set aside the idea of that big goal, but I made a short-term goal. Well, let me just first validate to make sure that what I'm offering is valuable. And I just did the basic. I set a goal to make an offer to people to have personal face-to-face meetings based on a 3-part class. And I offered that up, and I got really promising results. For having only 100 people on my list, maybe 50 of them listening, I got 3 people signed up for that, which told me, and their referrals did too, that what I was doing was valuable. That was a first important validation. The next thing I did was turn that into a class for more people so that I could charge less money and give it to more people. And it turns out that was immensely difficult to do. But I had the time, I put it together, I grinded through the technical crap it takes to do stuff like this on computer. And I hit that target. People paid for it, other people I brought into it, and the feedback was very good. Now something interesting happened at this point. This was, 4 months into working very hard. If you look at this green line, this is my savings account. And you can see it's taking a plunge here. One morning I woke up almost in a panic. I realized I'm going to fail. I'm not going to succeed before I run out of money. And it was amazing how almost immediately I thought, oh, well, I should just put out my shingle again and start making money. This is just going to take longer than I thought. I've been here before. If you look at this black hump here, this is my shadow rolls showing up. I was watching videos, I was feeling anxious and depressed, I was just doing a bunch of stuff I said I wouldn't do. And I'll get back to shadow rolls in a minute. But the other thing that was amazing was I realized I am going to regret if I don't do everything I can to make that software happen. There are 3 things that I wanted to do. Software to have people share their goals and get help, to help them plan their week, and to understand the roles they play in their life. So I spent a good chunk of time redesigning the software. Really good chunk of time. And I have to say, the revelation of knowing what I knew I wanted to do couldn't have happened if I hadn't made the commitment and had this kind of pressure on me. It was startlingly apparent. So I set another goal, which was to accomplish that software. And even though it was going to cost money, I borrowed some money. I designed all 3 tools instead of just one, and I put it off for bid. I took a big shot at, am I going to be able to make this goal? And I set a deadline of doing it by July, the end of the year. I was going to finish everything up. It was going to include the tools. Everything was going to be in there, all blown in one wad. And what was awesome was I found a software designer, somebody I had worked with for 10 years, who said he would do it for a third of the price that other people were telling me, and he's good. Well, you can see here that the money role is starting to take more and more of my time and attention, but the black is creeping in too. And to be honest with you, the shadow roles were playing hard. I didn't have Netflix at my disposal, but I did start looking at videos. And what's amazing is, and I'll tell you about this in a little bit, what videos I was watching. And I also have to tell you a couple other things were going on. My dad had a massive heart attack, and I had to fly back to Florida to take care of him. And he and I ended up talking about death a lot. But also lurking in the background was one of my dearest friends was dying. And also lurking in the background, it became clear that my daughter was going to be needing to live with me less. Being a teenager, the back and forth thing was starting to get to her. This was a dark time for me. Dark in that I didn't really feel in control. And then my friend died, and sure enough, my daughter told me things needed to change. And my software developer, right 2 weeks before I was going to come to the conference, he bailed out on me for personal reasons I don't want to get into, but he just stopped cold. And my arrow fell hard. And that's where I am today. The good news is, and I'll tell you, the good news is, if we look at what I did accomplish, I have created 10 attention management tools. They aren't public yet, but I did finish all 10 of them. Did I learn how to sing? It turns out that all through this, I have been taking voice lessons. And can I sing with ease through my bridge? Not so great, but so much better than before. And I'll tell you, when it comes time to what I learned, there's something big there. Did I get 10,000 new readers? Well, that was just a stupid goal. It was very apparent to me. But what did happen is I learned that how to increase my readership, and it increased in a year by 430%. Did not get to that goal. But this one, did I exercise every day? Every day I exercised. I also got injured. I hurt my hamstrings. I got better at tennis. I took care of my body. I had to test whether I was gluten intolerant or not, whether I could stand dairy. Turns out I'm fine with both. And it's been a struggle with my vitality, but I've exercised almost every day. So now let me ask you this. Did David Delp kick ass? Here are the 7 surprising answers. And when I say answers, I mean these are the things I learned, and I'm going to say them in the second person because perhaps you will be able to relate to them too. But the first thing I learned from doing this is that you don't really know what's important to you until you fully commit. And I fully committed. And what's really interesting about that is that it's not connecting to my dreams, the euphoria that I feel when I'm really hooked up, which I love, but it was that realization when I ran out of money. It's the regrets that I imagined that really motivated me. I know it sounds weird, but those regrets are more interesting. I am really going to regret if I don't launch this software, and it's going to happen very soon. I'm on the verge of finding another developer to help me out. The third thing is that my vitality is the key to time management. If I can keep my energy up, and for me, it's just eating right and sleeping right and exercising. So simple. But if I take care of that, almost all of my energy is taken care of. The fourth thing is that marketing works. I built my list because I marketed. I didn't do enough of it. But when I did guest posts and I made appearances, people started signing up for my stuff. It works. I need to do more. The fifth thing is singing. Singing is a microscope into fear and liberation. Fear happens in a couple of places. It happens here, and it happens here. And with me, when I try to sing up high, la 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 la, it's fear that keeps that happening. And here's the other interesting thing. In trying to work on the micro level of my voice, I have gained such an appreciation and a breadth in the resonance of my normal voice. It's amazing. I love my voice. Now take that. Stretching yourself helps you feel the strength of your core. I found that out through singing. The sixth thing is that our shadow roles actually shine light on us, not the other way. When my friend died, I grieved fairly hard. And I realized I was watching these videos on YouTube. The first one was about pickpockets. The next ones were about magicians, which led me to debunkers, which led me to atheists, which led me to Sam Harris talking about death and being in the present. I'll probably write a post about it, but the thing I know for sure is number 7. Death is real. This is not new information. Death is awesome. And our lives are very short. And we can spend a lot of time thinking about, worrying about the past, worrying about the future. And those are thoughts that keep us out of the present. And if you aren't singing, which I think I suggest everybody does, and you aren't pursuing your dreams, and you aren't connecting with people, and you aren't making things in the world, at least find a way to be in the present. And the best way we can do that is just to breathe, is to feel that air traveling through our bodies, to feel our feet on the ground. It's amazing. And it's really, really all we have. So with that, I am going to sing for you. Let me get this hooked up here. Okay. Yes, I understand every life must end. As we sit alone, I know someday we must go. Oh, I'm a lucky man to count on both hands the ones I love. Some folks just have one, yeah, others they've got none. Stay with me, oh, let's just breathe. Practiced all my sins, never gonna let me win. Under everything, just another human being. I don't wanna hurt. There's so much in this world to make me bleed. Stay with me, you're all I see. Did I say that I need you? Did I say that I want you? Oh, if I didn't, I'm a fool, you see. No one knows this more than me. As I come clean, I wonder every day as I look upon your face. Everything you gave, nothing you would save, oh no. Everything you gave, oh, nothing you would take. Did I say that I need you? Oh, did I say that I want you? Oh, if I didn't, I'm a fool, you see. No one knows this more than me. As I come clean, everything you gave and nothing you take. Hold me till I die, meet you on the other side. See, like, I totally enjoyed that. Could you tell?